Hello, Karen. Happy last week, Monday of April.
Oh
No,
shit.
it's not. It's not the last Monday of April. No, it's not. Okay, you know what? I need to stop with the intros on the timing. I'm just happy to see you regardless of the date.
Oh gosh, Katie, same. Always inspiring to see you, whatever day or month slash year it is. I mean, we're
Yes,
we're in we're in our fifth year.
we're in our fifth year, Karen.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
this has become so baked into my life that I can't imagine not seeing you weekly. I really can't. I
Oh,
don't even
same.
want to I can't I don't even want to acknowledge it because I just that makes me start grieving. And it's like, no, this is amazing.
I mean, obviously, when we do get our oh here, hold on, when we do get our sponsorship from
From Stanley.
Stanley,
Stanley,
we're here for you,
we're
waiting for
so
you.
here for you. We
Not
love you.
sponsored, but we'd love to be. Then, we'll fly and do these in person together at the spa. So,
Yeah. At the spa, also at Black Box Theaters, also
oh
at
my God,
major
yes.
arenas. We're
Arenas.
open to doing Taylor Swift's tour schedule. We can open for Taylor. This can be an amazing hype crowd. Also, please, if we open for Taylor, please wear the shirt that you're wearing right now. Because, friends, if you don't know, you need to get on our YouTube channel so you can see what we're
Yes.
talking about.
Oh my gosh. It is from, I should know the name. It is from a barbecue place, a beloved barbecue place in Louisville, Kentucky, where my cousin Diane lives. And my family, a bunch of us went there. We've been there a couple times. I just love that place. I think it's, I don't know what it's called. I'm so sorry, restaurant. But I'm watching my cousins giggling about not wanting to say hoe cake out loud.
Oh,
They're like, oh, I want to get the hoe cake, but I don't want to say hoe cake. And I mean, they said it 900 times, but among us, and then got to the counter and we're like, and the hoe cake, right? Like it's just, and I was like, oh. And so we were laughing with the person taking our order about this phenomenon. And she's like, we sell t-shirts. And I was like, that's mine.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
friends, we're talking about a HOE cake. It's one word.
okay.
Also, what is a hoe cake? For those who don't know, including me.
I believe it's like cornbread. What's a hoe cake?
Oh, it's okay. You can just say cornbread and yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds great. It's cornbread.
yeah,
So
yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
cornbread, it's hoe cake. I would prefer to call cornbread hoe cake from now on. Also, that is, I mean, that's amazing. I also love that you were like, oh, my cousins don't say the word I buy the t-shirt
Yes,
with
correct.
massive font. That's
And then
amazing.
wore it at Christmas. Like there's a photo of me
Yes.
of us out in Christmas in front of a Christmas tree and I'm wearing that shirt.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I also love that we both just surprised each other, Karen, about 7 seconds ago, that we're both drinking from Stanley thermoses. Okay, so this is a new thing for me. So for those of you who are on audio only, I have a 64-ounce Stanley thermos that has a whatchamacallit, a straw out of it. I've never been a straw drinker. I think we might have the exact same one,
I
Karen. I
think
mean,
so.
it really genuinely looks exactly the same, different colors, but exactly the same. And here's the thing, I got it because I was like, oh, I have this new treadmill thing under my desk. And whenever I try to drink water, it gets all over me. And it's even worse when I'm trying to drink coffee. And so I'm like, okay, I need, not that I'm going to put coffee in the 64-ounce Stanley, but I do, I do love it. What's funny is I've had it for like 4 days now and I have yet to walk on my treadmill, but you know what? I'm still loving it. What is your Stanley story? I need
Oh
some.
my gosh. I have an embarrassing Stanley story in that I saw somebody I follow on YouTube has one
Mm-hmm.
and I became obsessed with the utility of it.
Yes.
It's got a handle and a straw and the straw won't come out. I was like, ooh. I didn't know that Stanley was a thing
Oh.
when I bought it. Yeah, I had no idea about the trend of it and all the jokes that people make about girlies with Stanleys and the fact that people will buy 50 of them.
Yes.
I think I had to go to REI and just bought one because I just loved it. And then my friends were like, oh my God, you're so TikTok susceptible. You bought this. I'm like, I didn't know.
I love that you
I
didn't
love it.
know.
I
I
had no
love
idea.
That's amazing because I definitely knew and I still bought it. And I like I just but I will say that I've had a lot of different water bottles and like it's truly not sponsored. It's the highest quality water bottle I've ever had. Also, it was $50.
Correct. $50.
50. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to the grave with me. I'm getting buried with this Stanley. Like that's what's happening.
I mean, I know people who have like more than one.
I don't know, like for what purpose? Like, if I guess if they
Oh,
have multiple cars, maybe it fits in their car thing. I don't know.
I really think it's oh no, but I have to have the limited edition pink one.
Oh yeah, no, that's just not my. I don't know. I mean, great for them. I'm happy for them. It's definitely the Beanie Babies of the 2020s, like that's of the 2020s. Yeah, trademark.
I
Beanie Babies
mean,
of the 2020s. I'm
of the
sure you
2020s.
can pay us for that tagline, Stanley. $1 million, please.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the last thing about Stanley, have you seen somewhere on the socials the person whose car caught on fire and
What?
the only thing that survived the car fire was the Stanley mug?
Oh shit.
Perfectly intact.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my,
And Stanley like sent them a bunch of stuff.
oh my God. Wait, so the person got out. So no one actually died, including the Stanley, but the car was incinerated.
Correct. Literally, but it's just still sitting there. And like you see this
Wow.
burned out shell of a vehicle with the Stanley mug still sitting in there, perfectly intact.
Oh my, I kind of have some feelings. Is it ever going to decompose or are we going to be like a planet that's smoldering with like 5 bazillion Stanleys? Like we're all going to be dead. There will be no life on Earth, but Stanleys will remain. Like that is,
I mean,
I
store
mean,
your valuables in those bad boys. Like
seriously, seriously.
fill
It's
it with
also a safe.
doubloons.
Yeah, put them in your safe and then bring, or I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's incredible. Okay, so I love that we both have Stanleys. I love that it's Friday, Karen. I'm feeling some Friday energy.
My
Heck
gosh.
yeah. Recording on Friday, obviously, we'll go on a Monday, but loving the Friday.
I mean, I'm also loving the Friday though this week. I mean, this week flew by.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had somebody try to schedule a meeting for 9:30 or earlier tomorrow morning, and I was like, Saturday?
Well,
No, absolutely not.
that is
No,
illegal. That is like actually, you should be ticketed or fined for that
no. God love you.
egregious offense.
We're gonna meet later. But I was like, 9:30 or earlier on a Saturday? Absolutely
Saturday? What? No, absolutely not. No,
not.
Fridays is for decompressing and Saturdays are for napping or whatever the hell you want to do, staring at a wall. It doesn't matter. Whew. But not for 9:30 meetings. No, thank you. Ew.
Mm,
No.
yeah.
Okay, so this week has been quite interesting for me, Karen, and I know we have a main podcast topic, but the side podcast topic I
Mm.
kind of wanted to talk to you about was what happened last night for me. So last night, so I am training. This is something I put on Instagram, but I have not, I don't think, talked to you about it live on the pod. I am training for a 5 day, 5 night, 40-mile backpacking trip in
Oh
northern
shit.
Michigan in it's happening the second week of August.
Oh my God.
I'm doing it with my brother Eric and my sister Christy.
Oh.
It's like years in the making. Like it's like literally, well, you had to like it's at a national park. For another pod. I can go into the detail. But the point is that I'm freaking out because 5 days, 40 miles, sleeping
Oof.
outside, the whole thing, like everything on my back, is a level that requires a level of fitness that I currently do not possess. And so
Mm.
I have decided to get in hella good shape. And so
Yes.
I am like a few days in and frustrated that I am not already ripped. But that's for also another
Just
pod. Like My God, I've eaten well for 12 hours. Why am I not down 10 pounds? But anyway, the thing is that
So
last night,
real.
I mean, seriously, it's so annoying. It's like, why, like one shred of lettuce, like what the hell? Why is like, anyway, insert the, like derogatory comment toward myself, which I will not say out loud. But anyway, the point is that I signed up for a 4-part Bend trail running series. So it's like it's really cool. It's like $20 each month. It's the third Thursday of the month, starting in April going through July. It's actually the perfect timing. I'm home every one of those days. Like it just
Mm.
worked out. So last night was the first one. And so I have not run a race. I used to be quite a runner in my, 20s and 30s. And by quite a runner, just I ran a lot. I'm not competitive or fast, but I just ran a lot. And but I was a comfortable like going up the hills in San Francisco, loved it, got the
Wow.
runner's high. I just enjoyed it. It was like something I really loved. And then I got out of it around 2017-ish. So last night I did a 5-mile race. Oh man, Karen, it was great. It was
Five
I
miles.
five, thank you. 5
Wait,
miles.
just like no, like you didn't work up to the 5 miles. You're like couch to 5 miles.
Okay, great question. Sort of.
Okay.
So I ran 3 miles twice and 4 miles once. So those were my training runs, which is
What?
not enough to run a
Oh
full-on
my
5-mile race.
God.
So also Bend is filled with elite athletes. Like we're in the mountains, like Olympians live here, like whatever. It's kind of like Boulder, Colorado. And so like that stuff I knew that was going to be the case. I arrived and I was just like, cool, cool. I'm going to get my number. I'm number 37. I was getting a little selfie. Then I asked someone else to take a picture. Then I talked to some other people. There were a lot of single women that were there. It was great. It was very nice. It was a beautiful night. And I start running and my lungs are burning. And
Oh.
then every single person passed me and I was all alone in the woods. So
What?
like literally all alone in the woods. And like there were cones. And so I knew I was going the right way and all this stuff. And there was someone in the very back, another elite runner. It's called a sweeper. This person who
Yes.
like is in the very back to make sure that everyone's alive. And I am happy to report that I never saw the sweeper. And I think that's because there might have been one more person behind me. But here's the thing. I was running and I was like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this. Oh my God, I love this. Look at that amazing mountain. I was listening to Michelle Obama's podcast. I'm like, thank God for Michelle Obama. Also, Tracy Ellis Ross was on this week's pod. Strong recommend. And I was like, okay, well, if Michelle Obama is, serenading me with her beautiful voice and like perfection of all ways, like then I can do this. So then I kept like just channeling Michelle Obama and I was like, I can fucking do this, but why is this so fucking hard? I used to run marathons, whatever. And then I was like, oh, it's because I'm like carrying 20 more pounds. And then I'm like, no, you love body acceptance. No, this is still hard. And like, it's like all of these thoughts, Karen, it's
This
like
is the first like half quarter mile.
this is the first 5 seconds. Like, this is exactly. So then I'm like, okay, I'm finally liking it. I'm like, my feet hurt, my lungs hurt, my head hurts. Not my head didn't really hurt, but I was like, I should still take selfies and put it on Instagram. And then I like was at the very end, and of course, I like am running toward the parking lot where everyone's parked. People are already pulling out, Karen. Like people have already like cooled down, had a beer. I am just huffing it. And here's the thing, which is so amazing. Like the people who organize this thing are like the most wonderful humans. They looked me up because I was running so slow that they could look up my number on their sheet of paper in front of me. And then they started yelling my name as I crossed the finish line. And I was like, oh my God, I love all of you. I can't wait to do the next one. So anyway, the point is, why I tell this story
Mm.
is it's a humbling experience. I genuinely am just trying to have fun with it for real. Like I'm honestly not upset about like feeling like my lungs were going to burst and I was probably going to puke like 4 different times. But like and I didn't. But I don't know. It's just an interesting thought on like how do you unhook from who you used to be and like embrace who you are right now? That's kind of where I was. And I don't have the answer, but it went through my mind between the Michelle Obama beauty.
Yes, I mean, um, you don't have to answer this question. All right, I think two things. One, I mean, how long did that take you?
Okay, so it took me, I think like an hour and 5 minutes. So I run at like 13-minute miles.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, easy. Yeah. Yeah, that also. And, I love this topic. And I feel like the way you had framed it for me earlier was like not comparing your current self to your past self.
Yes.
Like we've talked about comparison being the thief of joy in terms of other people, but it can also be the thief of joy if you're comparing however old we are now to 20-year-old versions of ourselves. Like,
Totally.
and I feel like it's part of coming to terms with aging.
Yeah. And also embracing aging.
Totally.
Because I'm like, okay, you know what?
Yes.
Like, I, I follow this woman on Instagram and her name is Amanda Klutz. And I say all of this because I actually find her very inspiring. Her husband, she is 42, I think. Her husband, Nick, they're both Broadway music stars. He
Hmm.
died during COVID. He was like one of the first celebrities to die during COVID. He died in
Ooh.
July of 20. And she is this like fitness guru. And she's talked a lot about how like she's like, I don't always feel like getting up and working out. She's like, but I get to. Like she's like, I am
Yeah.
so grateful that I get to. Do you know how many people, if they're alive or not, like would love to be able to do this. And so like it honestly is very inspiring to me because I'm like, you know what? Like my body is working. Like why not use it and like why not feel good? And so yeah, it
Yes.
just so I you're right. I'm like embracing aging. I'm embracing my 40 almost 4-year-old self and yeah, my lungs are, not as happy as they were when I was 22, but that's okay. I can
Yeah.
keep going.
Oof. That perspective is magical. And I mean, I say to myself, like I say this, some version of that to myself all the time, and especially on birthdays, like, yeah, aging is hard, but the alternative is worse.
Yes.
So, and I also say all the time something you said on the pod, Katie. I say, life is short and long if you're lucky, or life
Yes.
is strange and long if you're lucky. Life is weird, like, and long if you're lucky. Like, I mean, it's facts. And what's so funny about this is that I had a nearly identical insight last weekend.
Oh my gosh, Karen, we're so aligned.
I know. Oh my God. We are rapidly turning into the same person. Like, no
Totally.
shit. So I spent last weekend. It was so much fun. And I'm so grateful that I got to do this. My friend Karen from high school, who also lives out
Oh,
here,
yeah.
her daughter is graduating from college and had her final clarinet. She's like a clarinet, like, I mean, just I don't know what the word is. She's amazing, right?
Wow.
And had the final symphony concert and then her senior recital last weekend.
Oh my gosh, she's like a full-on
Oh
musician.
my
That's
gosh, it
so
was so.
cool.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. When watching her, I said to everybody, I was like, I don't do anything as well as she plays the clarinet, like breathing, walking. I don't do anything like that. No, come on. Um.
Wow.
So, and Karen had asked me months ago to go up this weekend. So here's the weird thing: the school is outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan,
Oh, okay.
which in an alternate universe is where I would have lived.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow. Oh boy.
Yeah. So I got to hang out with the family and I got to see these performances and I was so grateful and had this running right in the back of my head like, what are the chances that the universe has brought me to Grand Rapids, Michigan right now?
Whoa, Karen.
And I spent so much of the weekend and before and after trying to figure out what the universe was trying to tell me. Because
Whoa.
oh my God. I never ran into anybody, did not tell them I was there.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, listening and
Yeah.
wondering,
Yes.
spoiler, did not happen.
Also, I was
Oh,
listening and wondering. So yes. Thank you for saying. Yeah.
um, one of the things that I came up with is that I feel like I was being encouraged to not compare my current life to the life I used to have
Hmm.
or to the life I could have had,
Yes.
but to the life I have now. Like to
Wow.
deepen my gratitude for the life I have now and that I am stealing joy from myself like by comparing like oh this life I had before I moved to Indianapolis, the life I had in Indianapolis, where I could have been, and it's like I have it pretty fucking good right now. I
Yes.
gotta say, like, oh my God, I'm really lucky. I really love so much about my life. And it was just this great, like, again, releasing of like, I don't have to do that. And that like that can be happening in my head and I can stop it and say like, no, thank you. We've processed that. Yes, that is all true, but it doesn't have to be the way I think about my life. And it doesn't have to, I don't have to let that keep cycling through my head. And I feel like I was able to let so much of that go. So this idea of like, yes, comparing like my life now, my body now, my whatever now to the past or like this like alternate bizarro world timeline.
Wow. Karen, I mean, thank you for sharing that. That is so profound. Honestly, okay, so the line that you just said, I am not going to steal my joy by comparing myself to, and then all of these, like, oh my, I'm not going to steal my joy. That is so powerful. Truly, that I would really love to put that on a shirt, but like, I know that we talk about our merch all the time, but like, actually, like, just like that would be incredible on the front of a shirt. I am not going to steal my joy because really, like, that takes also like that incorporates what you've talked about before about like betraying ourselves and like all of that. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, that's so interesting. It's also so interesting to me that like the scenario that put you near Grand Rapids, I mean, I don't want to say it's random, but it's kind of random. And
Oh,
it's like it's kind of one of those things where it's like it wasn't a work trip. It wasn't
mm-mm.
it wasn't something that was like a family, like a close family member wedding. Like it wasn't something that was like an absolute, like you could not miss it. And so like there's something to that, not that you would want to miss your friend's, daughter's thing, but it's like it's so beautiful that
Ah,
like you it was like this kind of like soft, I don't know, this is probably a projection, but like this soft experience that
mm,
then allowed you to think like about like to
yeah.
kind of meditate on this and like for you to hear those messages from the universe, which is actually our real topic today, which you seamlessly segued, best segue ever. So I don't know, I just think that's so
Oh,
interesting,
thanks.
Karen. Yeah, I don't know if that's like a total projection on the
God.
soft thing and
Oh
like all this stuff, but
no.
it's like it's just such an interesting scenario of how you got there.
Yes, no, you're totally right. I mean, that's very true because I have had, I mean, I have been to a family funeral recently. I went and hung out with people, after the funeral and, in Indiana, and it's true. Like this was a like joyful, like,
Yes, yes.
right, like not immediate family, but also but certainly chosen family. And I mean, I was there with the whole family. Like,
Oh,
yeah, right? Like the grandparents and it was just really fun.
so
And
beautiful.
after the senior recital, it was like half the table was the family, and then half the table was like, the college age friends. And we just ate like a mountain of fried food, and it was very, very fun. But you're right
Oh,
that, yes, like it being the scenario, you're exactly right. Like, gave me kind of the space to really think about it. And, I just like the closer it got, the more I was just like, wait, is this really, am I really going? Like, what the hell? Okay, universe, fine. And yeah, I mean, we were both just also laughing about like, yeah, I just kept about laughing about this idea of like, Grand Rapids, you are lovely, but thank God I don't live here. Good
yes.
Lord.
Good. Yes. Like, I mean,
Oh
growing
my
up in Michigan,
God.
I know Grand Rapids, but not super well. I've been for concerts and whatever. There's some cool stuff there, but I
Yes.
wouldn't want to live in Grand Rapids. No offense to all the Grand Rapidites that are listening to us right now. Strong doubt that there's any, but yeah, like, no.
The Grand Rapids Bureau of our fan club. Sorry, you guys.
Yes. I know the Tourism Bureau was going to contact us about a sponsorship, but that won't happen now.
Go to City Market, everyone. It was wonderful.
Yes, there you go. I mean, that's so interesting. What was that like? What like when those were there, was it really mostly like a catharsis or was it like difficult or was there like it was probably just a hodgepodge of feelings or like what was that
Yes,
experience like for you, Karen?
it was a hodgepodge, and like I said, just a low grade of like,
Mm.
just, oh my God, it was like really. Yeah, it was so freaky. It really was. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, I had a wonderful time and I'm so grateful I got to go. And I was like low key freaked out. And also, I mean, we didn't spend very much time in Grand Rapids proper. We were outside of it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually know where this individual is.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I don't know. We could have been in the same place. But there's also, tiny tangent. Um, I'm sure there are black people in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I only saw like two of them. We went to the same restaurant multiple times. It was across the parking lot from the hotel. It was just like, let's just go over there. And Katie, I never saw another brown person anytime we went in there, and I was like
Oh
looking
my
around. So
gosh.
there was also that. It's just like where Homewood, where I live, is very diverse.
Yeah.
And so to go to Michigan and be like, oh, the Dutch have settled here and their people are still just like going strong in this area. It was a little eerie. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of
Yeah.
you. There are very few of me.
There are a lot of you, and you're really proud of your fucking tulip festival. And like that's just great for the Dutch. Yeah. I mean, like, wow,
Oh
Karen.
God.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's so intense. That is so intense. Okay, now my dog is barking. I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
Why?
Okay, that was realness. All right. Yeah, no, no, like, I mean, I just love that you embrace that experience and that you really like kind of I don't know, it almost sounds like you like heeded the call. Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but like from the universe. Because like, okay, so can you talk to this topic that you came up with? Because I think it's so
Oh yes.
beautiful, because I think it ties perfectly in
Mm.
to what you're talking about.
And I didn't even realize it. Oh my, okay, great. All right. So, yes, the topic was messages from the universe and like how are you positioned to receive messages from the universe? And this is a
Yes.
theme on a group chat I'm on, the Magical Aunties. Shout out to you if you're listening. Like this idea that like you can seek out messages from the universe, right? Like we did this, my my besties from high school and junior high, frankly, when I was with them in Arizona, we like did this like mini ceremony. We all had decisions to make, things that we were looking to manifest, and we like one of them got candles for her birthday, and so we
Ooh.
did this whole thing. It was actually really it was eerie. We lit these candles and we're standing on her, deck by the pool, right? We like, we're thinking into, and then we spoke into what we were looking to manifest or the clarity we were looking for. And I went first, and mine was relatively easy, very straightforward, I have to say. My candle went out immediately, and I was like, okay, my thing came true,
Whoa.
the
Whoa.
thing I was looking for. The last, so like, and then the next two had much bigger, much more intense life questions, and their candles burned for longer.
Whoa.
And we were like, okay, okay, universe. And like, as in the wind blew the candles out. Like we were standing around them, kind of guarding them from the wind, but we weren't breathing on these candles. We were just kind of hanging out, letting nature take its course with these candles. It was eerie.
Oh my
And
gosh.
these things have started like it has really put us on this path of all of these different things. And so that is
Wow.
seeking out wisdom from the universe. But I feel like, yeah, the universe is dropping hints at us, is trying to like, is knocking on our doors all the time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that is this was in high school, you said?
Oh, we just did this.
Oh,
We
you
just
just
did
did
it
this.
like, yes, we just did it like 2 months ago.
Oh, when you got gathered together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
So wait,
Sorry. Yes, I confused that. Yes, these are
with
high school friends, but we just did this 2 months ago.
and then within the 2 months since then, yours has come true, or the answer has come, is what you're saying.
It immediately happened.
Like right then when the thing blew out?
I mean, it was like the next day. I like, yeah.
Do you say these things out loud while you're standing together?
Yes, yes, we said them out loud. And I feel like it was really like mine again was like very quick, very straightforward. But I feel like my friends had like really beautiful things to say about what they wanted. And like they talked for much longer about this like kind of ask, right? Like, or this like clarity or guidance they were looking for and what they wanted and what they wanted to see happen. It was really, I wish we'd recorded it actually. And so like the three of us are doing this, and then my friend's sister, also who's also my friend, of course. I don't even know what she was doing over there. She was like doing, I have to look at the messages to see, but she was doing something on our behalf, kind of off to the side. I mean, it was some witchy shit, and it was so fucking cool.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's so fucking cool.
It was great. It was great.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. I love that you have this group that you can do this with. And that you can like, I mean, when you're together, I imagine it feels powerful.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's incredible. I also just love this topic around like asking the universe things, but also, like you said, hearing the universe when it sends you things. I definitely have moments where I hear like whispers of like, it's more like a
Mm.
curiosity. It's like, oh, I'd love to try this, or I kind of want to take this class, or maybe I should do this. And then the other part of it is also saying like no to things and like the universe saying
Mm.
like, hey, that's maybe like rethink that or like that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because yeah, when I fill my calendar to the absolute brim, I don't hear the universe as much. And yeah, it's
Ooh,
I don't
snaps to
know,
that.
right? It's just like I just don't hear it. And then I don't know, it's interesting. It's like I think the universe, I mean, a lot of people say this, but like is talking to us at all times in all ways. And so it's just
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the universe was talking to you when you got invited to Grand Rapids, that's for sure. Did you feel that? Were you like, oh my gosh, universe, what are you telling me?
I'm trying to remember at the time. I don't think I let myself really process it.
Yeah.
And like I said, the closer I got, the more I was like, wow, okay, all right. I absolutely, that is a really good point about the universe speaking to us all the time. And like, it's what intuition is.
Yes.
And how often we as women just shove our intuition aside.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's a
And
very
how,
good point.
and how often intuition, and by often I mean 100% of the time, intuition is correct. Like I just if it's I'm at least in my experience, like if I'm really like, oof, I'm not sure about this, or I'm kind of it's almost always it comes true in that way. Or it like does that
Mm,
make like how what is your
yes.
relationship with intuition, Karen?
So it's really interesting because I feel like I, over the years, have like periodically come back to this idea of intuition
Mm-hmm.
because I have battled with honing my intuition versus a trauma response.
Ooh.
Is it intuition or is it a trauma response? Am I
Oh.
talking myself out of it? Am I nervous about that thing? Am I anxious about that thing? Am I not doing the thing that's right for me because of intuition or because some fucked up thing that I have in my body that I'm not aware of is holding me back or pulling me back or trying to protect me or you know what I mean? And so I've really over the years tried to think a lot about all right, how do I discern intuition versus some fucked up response in my head or my body?
Whoa. Do you have an answer? Do you
No.
like I would love to
No.
learn also.
No, no, I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, the first thing that pops into my head is the hard thing is most often the right thing.
Yeah. That you have to do type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. The answer that requires the most pain up front, that is the hardest to do, that feels the most impossible, that feels like, God, I don't want to do that,
Mm-hmm.
is probably the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Like saying the thing to the person. Yeah, that's like speaking your truth in yeah, in any scenario. That's my
Yes.
experience too. It's that's so interesting. I also wonder like I wonder if there is a connection between trauma response and intuition in a way that's
Mm.
like actually okay. Like maybe your trauma response in like it informs your intuition. I don't know. I mean, intuition, it feels like, is much softer and quieter than like
Mm.
a trauma response, at least for me. Like it's like a bulldoze, like, like I'm so fucking triggered right now type of thing. Um, and I'm like, okay, that's definitely a trauma response. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. Intuition, I think, yeah, I'm not sure what my relationship with intuition is right now. Like, I think I've talked about it on the pod where I find that intuition sometimes is like a fortune teller for me,
Mm.
where it's like, this is a really dark story, but I will kind of, not go into all the detail. But Tyler and I were living in Australia in like
Oh.
17 years ago. I think I've talked to you about that. Like have I told you about that story? I don't.
Yes, the guy.
Yeah, so we were living with
Mm.
another couple for a short period of time, and I just had this intuition that something was going to happen with him and his partner, and it did. And
Yikes.
he physically hurt her, and we were there, thank goodness, and she's
Mm.
okay. But it was one of those things where I like, Karen, it was so interesting to
Mm-mm.
me because it was one of those things where I was like, something's wrong. Like I know something's wrong. And like he gave no signs that something was wrong, but
Wow.
my internal barometer was like, no, like this is not a good person. Like this is not a person I want to be around. And I'm grateful that I
Mm.
said something out loud to Tyler before it
Yes.
happened, because Tyler was like, "What are you talking about? Like he's always so chipper." And I was like, "No one's chipper all the time. Like that's not a thing. Like that's not a real, like
Mm.
human emotion is only to be have one setting." And so anyway, it was just interesting. Like it was just, and that's like the most dramatic intuition, but
Wow.
like I think there's so many other examples on a daily basis that people like. And listening to your intuition, I think that sometimes, depending on your relationships, depending on your life experience, that voice might be dimmer than you'd like it
Yeah.
to be. But I think it's like a muscle to like listen.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh, you have told that story. Oh, story
Yeah.
before still gives me chills. And I feel like this conversation is also encouraging me to build more time in my life where I get to listen.
Mm,
Like
yes.
meditating, I feel like is one way the universe, you're opening yourself up to hearing things, and yeah, I want to be more intentional about that. Like, and your story also, I don't know why your story reminded me of this. It's unrelated, it's tangentially related, and it's totally a topic for another day. So, actually, do I want to say who told me this story? Someone in my life told me this story. They have been working with, like, basically therapy horses, working with children
Oh,
who have trauma, right?
wow.
And so the horses also have trauma, have some physical trauma, have injuries that they have healed from. But this is the time of year when the injuries happened. And so the injuries have come back.
What? The injuries have come back in the horses?
In the horses had injuries, traumatic injuries. They recovered and healed. But this is the time of year when it happened. And so now they are exhibiting the injuries. The injuries have come back.
Oh my gosh. What? That's
I was like,
amazing.
the fuck, man? Okay, that's scary. Yeah.
Whoa. And what is this like for the person in your life? Like, do they have to like care for these horses to recover again? Or how does that work?
They're on the people side.
Yeah.
They're on the right, like the horses are out of scope for them, but like
Yes. They're not vets. Yes.
right, exactly. They were just noting like, this idea. I will admit I have never read The Body Keeps the Score, but yeah, it was just this idea that like there is shit stored in our bodies that we are completely unaware of. And that
Oh,
time of year and timing and anniversaries, that shit is real.
that is so real. I mean, I know I've talked about my body's response to anniversaries. It is so deeply annoying. Like, it's just so annoying. Like it's rough. And it's also like like 6 month anniversaries, year anniversaries, like my body is, and the injury that is usually
Mm,
like mental for me. Like it's like
for
like
sure.
that kind of thing. And so that's so interesting though. But I don't know. I mean, Karen, I guess I want to ask you, like, how do you receive signs from the universe? Like,
Mm.
do you like walk around and you're like, ooh, there's a sign? Or do you like, I mean, I wish I was like that. Or like, do you like, how does it like, how do you receive those or how do you like embody those? I don't know. Because I don't have an answer for that.
I mean, I don't know that I feel like I'm still honing it.
Yeah.
I feel like it is one, bringing it back to the beginning, I think it is one thing about aging that is very positive, is like tapping into that. I feel closer to that, to my intuition than and messages from the universe than I ever have.
Yes.
And I think having conversations about it, yeah, has just made me much more attuned to it. Like I'm looking for it now in a different way. And um, yeah, I mean, people have beliefs about birds and bird song. You know, this is a time, right, when there are a lot of birds around. And I mean, yeah, I think if you are attuned to looking for them, you will see them everywhere. And yeah, I think that's how I'm thinking about it. And I really am also trying to like just, yeah, trying to find moments of quiet and listening to my body more and like feeling a little bit witchy and feeling like
Yes.
very confident, I think, in some of the ways that I'm looking at the world, the opinions that I have. Like, you know, people are always going to push back against things, right? Like, everybody has an opinion. And it's just like this age has also taught me, like I've mentioned before, like, I don't have to listen to you. You have an opinion. That is a fact. What you think, not a fact. Keep it, right? Like, thank you and no thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that is also part of intuition, is not letting other people shake what you know to be true.
Oh boy. This is like a full blown Karen Hawkins mic drop of an episode. Don't like intuition is not allowing people to shake what you know to be true. That is so beautiful. Thank you for saying that. That's like, yeah, because that's something that I very much struggle with. Like the energy of other people seeping into my energy. And it's
Yep.
not even that I think that they're changing my mind about it, but they're changing my energy about it. And
Yep.
I don't want that.
Mm.
I'm not interested in the infiltration of that type of energy when I'm trying to just exist on my own.
Ooh, I love that. It is the energy of it, because you can feel some people's anxiety coming at you like a mile away.
Oh yeah.
Do
Like a
you know what I
fucking
mean? Oh my
tsunaami.
God.
No warning signs, just like, oh, that happened. Awesome. I'm gonna be in a fetal position for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I feel like just being attuned to other people's energy, man, that is really, really good.
Oh, that is tough though. That's so interesting though about like hearing other people's opinions about things and then just like letting them have them.
Yeah, great. Good for you. Glad you
Mm-hmm.
think that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, you know, I just, I feel like interacting with bossy people, I interact with a lot of bossy people, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't have to, like, just because somebody comes at you with bossy, like, energy doesn't mean that you have to, like, you can meet them with the same bossy energy. Like, cool. You're coming at me with bossy energy thinking I'm gonna back down, but I'm gonna meet you with the same.
Ooh, I love that. How do you, if you're in that kind of experience, how do you not let it trigger the shit out of you
Oh my
that you
God.
don't want to karate chop their
Whoa.
Adam's apple? Because I definitely have that experience. I mean, Karen, I have that experience right now, actually. I am in a group of people in my life where one of them has just been holding some very strong temper tantrums. And it's
Oh
one of those
shit.
things. Oh, it's like a full on thing. And I'm like, I'm trying so hard to be the person to be like, calm. And now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I also think I need to like extricate myself from the situation. I think that's also, possible. But the fact that you can meet their energy with your energy is like, that is some strong goddess energy right there. You're teaching me.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
it took time with certain people. It has taken time. It's not an immediate thing. It has really taken time. I mean, it's also about, and this is another episode of like being able to step into your power, like whatever that looks like and whatever that means. We all have it, and being able to step into it and not let people push you back. I feel like for me, I spent all of last year having a bunch of bossy journalists tell me, step into your power, step into your power. And I was like, fuck off, go away. Life is shit. right. But I feel like,
Yes.
I'm in a better place so I can, kind of better, like you said, embody that. And I think I'm also reading, I think I mentioned I'm reading this book, Nonviolent Communication, for my coaching program.
You are? That arrived
Oh
from
my
Amazon 2 days
God.
ago. It's on my counter,
Oh
not
my
even kidding.
God.
Seriously?
I did
What?
mention it before. Did we talk about it?
I don't know. Maybe I forgot that yeah. And then my therapist was like, this signs from the universe. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Signs from the Universe. Oh my God. Did you really just, oh my God, that's
I
so
literally
funny.
just, it's literally on my island in my kitchen right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of the things he talks about, oh my God, did we talk about, okay, we gotta unpack that. One of the things that he talks about in that book is like tapping into needs, like the heart of why somebody's having a temper tantrum. What does that person need? Can you get them to articulate it? And then what do you need? Like, and I'm not so good at that. I feel like I'm better at like, what do I need in this moment to calm down so I don't lose my shit at this person?
Yes.
Like, I need to take a deep breath and maybe I need to say out loud, I think I need a timeout.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's come back to this. Let's all breathe. Like I recently said at work, and sometimes things pop out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh my God, that was so good. Where'd that come from? And I said, like, today is a day for big feelings, but not big decisions.
Ooh.
Let's feel our big feelings, but let's not decide anything today or right now. And I feel like, again, I come back to that episode we just had about responding and not reacting. Like, don't make a big decision or any decision based on a big feeling.
Yes. Yes. Oh, gosh, Karen, that is so good. That is so good. Today is a day for big feelings, but not big decisions. I love that
Mm.
so much. I mean, you're full on sage energy today. Seriously. And every
I
day, but really,
wish.
like, this is amazing.
We just had a full moon. Maybe that's why.
Maybe I mean, this is incredible. Also, you're just a genius in general, as everyone who
Okay,
listens to this constantly
Sam,
know.
what are you talking about?
It's so okay. And I just realized the time we do have to
I know.
skedaddle, but this has been so much fun. And
Thank
I actually
you.
feel like each one of the topics could be its own series of podcasts, not even just like full, like one podcast.
Same. No, exactly. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week.